Yo, what's good? So Andre Berto has had an interesting career. Now he was always extremely overrated. He was Al Heyman's chosen one. I mean, he got $1 million to fight Freddie Hernandez, who's a solid fighter that beat Luis Colazo in a 10 round decision, but Berto knocked him out the first round. He got $1 million to fight Freddie Hernandez. Just let that sink in. Not not putting into account that he knocked him out in the first round. That's his job, right? And I think in hindsight, that victory actually looks better. But he's always been Al's chosen one. That's why he finally got the fight with Mayweather. And come to think about it, had that fight against Shane Mosley in 2010, I believe, when it was supposed to happen, had that happened, Berto would have got worked. Mosley would have beaten Berto up really, really bad. To probably Guerrero levels of beatings he would have received. He was undefeated at that time, so that would have been a bit of a shocker. But in hindsight's 2020, right? But I think Mosley would have won. Even then, I thought he would have won. So, but other than being overrated, he was always in good scraps. Luis Colazo, Victor Ortiz, Soto Caras, Victor Ortiz rematch, Guerrero. He's always been in good scraps. And I think one of his underrated fights, besides his losses, is his fight against Jan Zaveck. Um, on September 3rd of 2011. Now, this was his first fight coming off of his first loss against Victor Ortiz, and he came out guns blazing. Just because I think he's overrated doesn't mean I don't think he was talented. He had a lot of pop. He was very sharp. He threw very good combinations, uppercuts, body shots, 1-2 uppercuts, 1-2 body. Very good shots in the first round. He came out blazing. He came out to knock this guy out, to make a statement. But Zaveck wasn't lying down. Zaveck came out the second round with his own uppercuts, with his own combinations. This was a fast, hard-hitting fight. And after the third round, where I think I had Zaveck winning 2-1. This was a war already, but after the third round, you could see Zaveck's eyes starting to swell up. And then in the fourth, Zaveck was still putting up pressure on Berto, putting up pressure, hitting him with his own uppercuts, with his own combinations. And by that point, Berto was kind of pitter-patting his shots. So his shots weren't backing up Zaveck like they were in the first couple rounds. And in the fifth round, it was pretty even, but Berto was landing the harder shots, and Zaveck was landing more shots. So it looked like it was gonna be a classic. It was a good scrap up to this point, up to the fifth round. It was a good, hard hitting fight, and that's what you get in this fight. A good, hard hitting fight with Berto as a puncher, Zaveck as predominantly the aggressor, the more volume puncher, backing up Berto, looking to make his statement. Both of these guys looking to make a statement. Berto coming off a loss, and Zaveck looking to defend his title, his IBF title. But after the fifth round, Zaveck's eye was tore up. I can't imagine how much pain he must have been in. I always cringe at that when fighters cut their eyelids. Oh man, their eye must just be throbbing in pain. Just it must hurt a lot. But the doctor or his corner was saying, "Hey, we're gonna have to stop the fight. We're gonna have to stop the fight." And Zaveck's like, "Fuck, fuck!" You could hear him saying it really loud. So after the fifth round, the fight was stopped. and Berto got back to the win column, but Zaveck made a statement as well. And he's gotten a few paydays since then against Thurman, against Lara. So I think this fight propelled him as a contender, as a guy that does good against top level fighters like the Thurmans, like the Laras. By the time we fight Lara, he was already too washed up. But I will always remember Zaveck for this fight, and I will always remember Berto as a tough guy, extremely overrated, especially when he was undefeated, but a very good fighter who gave very good scraps and gives his all every single fight. And I'm really looking forward to his fight against Berto on April 22nd. That should be a good fight as well. I mean, his fight against Porter. His fight against Porter should be a good scrap as well. So thanks everybody for following my underrated fight series, and I look forward to doing it again. Have a great day. Peace.